chicken fingers. They hit the spot, baby. Fries are golden crispy, Texas toast crunchy, and they cane sauce right. You go to coleslaw right here. Ooh, Lord help me. This sweet tea makes me sweet. That's what my mama said. So what are you doing right now? Get your mom to take you to Raising Cane's chicken fingers. Hello.
Husker fans, excited for some softball action at Bowling Stadium this year, but can't commit to a full season ticket? They've got you covered. Introducing the On Deck Deal. Snag tickets to 5 Husker home games for as little as $30. This partial season lets you choose any 5 games, including one from the Maryland series. Whether you prefer general admission or reserve seating, packages start at just $30. Get your On Deck Deal today at huskers.com/tickets. Rosie's Sports Bar and Grill, open for lunch and dinner at 1501 Center Park Road.
Step into healing at Prairie Orthopedic and Plastic Surgery. Our team of top-notch medical professionals turns pain into progress with state-of-the-art treatments and compassionate care. Visit prairieortho.com and discover the difference in quality orthopedic and plastic surgery services tailored to your unique needs. Your health matters, and Prairie Orthopedic and Plastic Surgery is dedicated to helping you thrive. Reach your full potential. Embrace a better tomorrow with Prairie Orthopedic and Plastic Surgery.
Advanced Medical Imaging is the largest radiology group in Nebraska, located in Lincoln at 7601 Pioneers Boulevard. At Advanced Medical Imaging, they utilize state-of-the-art technology and blend it together with their compassionate, skilled team to guide you through every step. Whether it's an MRI, CT scan, or X-ray, their precise diagnostics help your doctor deliver the best care plan for you. Choose clarity and comfort in your life by choosing Advanced Medical Imaging, located at 7601 Pioneers Boulevard and online at amimaging.com.
The electrical workers of Local Union 265 are now hiring licensed journeyman electricians from $32.50 to $42.50 per hour with paid benefits. And if you're looking for a new career, they're hiring apprentices at $19.50 per hour with paid benefits. Call the office at 402-423-4497 to apply. Start your electrical career today.
Hey volleybal fans, this is Laura Dijkema, national player of the Netherlands and now the setter on Omaha's newest professional team, Love Omaha Volleyball. League volleyball is bringing the heat this year. Don't miss your chance to see Olympians, national players and national champions right here in Omaha from now through April. We can't wait to see you cheering for us in the stands. Visit lovboma.com to buy single match tickets to see me and Love Omaha Volleyball in action. Go Big Green!
Raising little ones is a big job, and you do your best to give them a good start every day. That means making sure they're well cared for while you're apart. You work hard, but it's not always easy to make ends meet. There may be help. Find out if you qualify for Nebraska's Child Care Tax Credit for working parents. You could be eligible for a credit of up to $2,000 per child on your next tax return. Learn more at nebraskachildcaretaxcredit.org. Brought to you by First 5 Nebraska and Nebraska Children and Families Foundation and aired by the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
In every office, there's 2 types of people. There are those who bring in bagels and those who eat the bagels that someone else brought in. Everybody likes the first person. Be that first person. Weekday mornings at 7:30, you have a chance to win a business box of bagels from Bagels & Joe. All you have to do is shut up, Sipple. 2 questions for you, 2 for Sip. Win, and the bagels are yours. Lose, well, you don't want to lose.
You lost Monday, you lost Wednesday, you're a loser.
Shut up, Sipple. Weekday mornings at 7:30, brought to you by Bagels & Joe.
Hey everyone, Lance here with Black Label. We specialize in creating custom crafted decks, pergolas, patio covers, and more. Plus, our retractable screens, gazebos, and patio enclosures create the ultimate outdoor retreat. With over 50 years of combined experience, we're not just builders, we're creators of unforgettable memories.
Call them today at 402-730-6333 or visit blacklabelbuilt.com for a free consultation.
Let's turn your backyard dreams into reality.
Black Label Built, built to serve, built to last.
Your home is your empire. Protect it with Empire Fence. Get a free instant quote with the online estimating tool at empire-fence.com. See an upfront estimate with no hidden fees. An Empire Fence can provide privacy and improve the appearance of your home. Keep kids and pets in or out of your yard. Increase security and add value to your property. Visit empire-fence.com now to view the stylish and maintenance-free possibilities for your home and get a free instant online quote. Let Empire Fence protect your empire.
Early break.
Line of the night.
On the group chat.
If that was the draw, says Jake, I'd throw a pizza at the window.
What is that? What does that mean? And what I text back right away? What does it?
It means
Well,
exactly what it said.
Laughing emoji.
Yes.
I have no clue what that means. Is what Coach Bush
With
said.
Steve Sipple, Jake Sorensen, and Bill Bush from 6 to 9 every weekday morning on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Welcome to The Drive with A.D. Raff and Ahman Green. Former Husker football national champion, speaker, and author, Aaron Davis.
Nebraska will win the national championship. The Cornhuskers beat Miami. It is history, 13-0, and bring that trophy back to Lincoln.
Former Arena Football League quarterback, former head coach of the Capital City Crush, and guru of Husker football history, Chris Raff.
25 straight wins for the Cornhuskers. One of the most dominating stretches in college football history. We may have seen one of the best teams in the history of college football tonight.
12-year NFL veteran.
He's got some speed to go with strength.
Huskers and Green Bay Packers Hall of Famer.
Shovel pass to Green into Vikings territory. Finally brought down.
And University of Nebraska East sports coach, Ahman Green.
Look at Green all by himself. 20, 10, touchdown.
Sponsored by Doors Plus on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, everybody, we are back again. This is The Drive on 93.7 The Ticket. It is Wednesday. It is a crisp 1 degree outside. Get out your suntan lotion. Get out your shorts. Get out your flip-flops. It's going to be a hot one today. Said no one ever.
Raff comes back and acts like he's just one been here all through it.
Head to the beach. That's what you do. Head to the beach. Yeah. It's a mindset. It's a mindset.
Raff comes back and acts like he knows what we've been through this last 3 days.
Oh my goodness.
This is a we thought it was brutal yesterday. Because remember yesterday, Nick, I said the temperature was it 1?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's -3 right here right now. It's -3, but feels like -11 right now.
There's a Raff's roadie.
That's what's going on right now. Yeah, he's
hey,
built different.
Raff, you might struggle to believe this. He walks by every morning, whether you're here or not.
Hoping that I'm going to be here.
Hoping
it is.
Here.
Hey, that's how roadies roll.
Hey, Gene, stop backing him up.
No, I support my boy. You know? Gotta have his roadies rolling tight, man.
That's how roadies roll.
Raff, winter, summer, or spring, it doesn't matter.
They're gonna roll out. AG, what's the temp right there, man? What's the temperature like in Houston?
I got a chilly 32 down here.
Oh my goodness.
Still above freezing. Right at freezing.
Yeah, we're right at freezing. Maybe a wind. There's definitely a wind chill because the wind, I can hear it. I'm in this room right now that is soundproof, and I can hear the wind cracking on the door. And I mean, not the door, the window. Excuse me. The window.
You know, so 32 degrees there.
32
Raff,
and windy.
And windy. I'll take the wind. Raff, when you flew out of Huntsville, what was it like yesterday morning?
It was, I want to say 30s, just shy of 40, 39. However, it's snowing there today.
Yeah, the pictures, the video you got sent up a little in the backyard there in the snow.
Yep.
In the snow. Unknown texter 3591. Good morning, Chicos. Heat wave today, boys. High of 5. Yeah.
Yes.
High of 5.
Flip-flops.
High of 5.
That's
Raff,
all over the Midwest.
Yeah, it's brutal, man. It's I was watching the news last night across the state of Nebraska. At least there are some dangerous temps that are going to happen overnight tonight. I'm talking like the temperature -15, -18, -20, and that's the temp minus the wind chill. So definitely dangerous temps that are out there. Something else that was dangerous, Raff. Tell us about the flight drama you had yesterday, man.
I made it back. Had my first ever medical emergency happen on the airplane.
Yeah. Tell us
And-
about
It wasn't Raff's medical emergency.
Well,
No.
it was the guy sitting right next to me.
Obviously.
Yeah. Well, I don't know.
Well, I was just letting the people know.
It could have been me also because the guy recovered. So, but no, it was crazy. It was sitting there and the guy grabs me by the arm. He's like, "Sir, just want to let you know that I might pass out. Will you let the attendant know if it happens?" I'm like, "Whoa!" I go, "No, I'm going to."
Before it took off.
I'm going to let the.
Oh, it was before takeoff?
It was right as we were about to take
I
off.
thought you were in the air.
No. Oh, we were in the air when it all went down.
Whoa.
Yeah, that was.
And then the stewardess came through, and I grabbed the stewardess. I'm like, "Hey, I think he might pass out." And then they're like, "Sir, do you think you're going to pass?" He goes, "Yes, I think I'm going to pass." And I'm like, and so thankfully there was a doctor and a nurse that were on the plane, so they came and helped him. But I was telling AD by the end of the flight, it was like the medical people were waiting and stuff, and he's like, "Well, I think I'm good now." And I'm like, "Okay."
All right, false alarm. We're good.
For about a half an hour, I was like, "Oh, this is not good." And then
you got to take it serious too. Oh man.
Yeah. And then he was like feeling queasy, and he wanted to go to the bathroom, and the doctor's like, "No, sir, we'll just bring you a garbage bag." And I'm like, if he starts throwing up,
Heaving right by you.
I'm going to start throwing up because I am not good with that.
Yeah, can we bring 2 garbage bags?
Yeah.
Oh, you one of those, Raff? You can't handle it.
I know. I can handle
you.
I'm in the same spot.
Yeah, I see someone throw up. I'm right that close. I'm throwing up too.
Yeah. That's what gets me. That's
I've
more
got to
so for
see
me.
it, AG.
It's
we all go.
we're all dry heaving over here. Thanks to you.
That's my wife is the same way. Like changing diapers was a problem. I'm like, what is wrong with you? She said, I can't take it. I'm like, oh my goodness. You can't change diapers?
I made a pact with myself that I would never change a diaper in my life. And
oh man, you got it.
Perfect.
Well,
never change a diaper.
Never change a diaper. Never will.
And I've changed.
How do we know that?
I know that.
You lucked out, bro.
Maybe grandpa.
Hey, no, you missed out too. It's
Still not changing a diaper.
Especially with boys.
I'll grab some cheeks and go, "Oh, little baby, you're so cute."
Yeah.
Yeah, them diapers ain't
Nose
no
cheeks.
joke.
The nose cheeks.
Especially the,
Yeah, you
the
don't want to grab
boys.
those cheeks, man.
Don't grab those cheeks.
You'll get a brown surprise.
Yeah, the boys too. They'll give you a nice little shower sometimes.
Yeah.
Like, hey man, chill out. Hey, go.
And one, you know, the one that was notorious for it was Aiden. Little AD would pee on you and poop at the same time.
Oh, is that
I'm
right?
like, hey man, you gotta tone that back, man.
I'm like, bro,
Yeah,
you do one at a time.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had a couple nephews.
This kid's always been an overachiever.
Hey, there you go. There you go.
If he gets too smart, he's a lawyer now.
Yeah, exactly.
So if he gets too smart, I'm like, boy, I remember you used to pee and poop. Don't shut up now.
Oh man.
Sorry, Aiden, if you're listening.
Hey,
Little Thurgood Marshall.
there you go. There you go.
Heat check IQ Cruise says -3 in Seward. Oh man, that is cold. Hizzle Bear, what's up, my man? Yeah, children are the only cure for that. You know, you're exactly right. I will say this, Hizzle Bear, exactly right. When I started having kids, my stomach got a little tougher because you would walk in there in the middle of the night and you would smell something. It's like, okay, did we leave the trash bin in here all night in heat? Because there were some bad ones in there, man.
Yeah, I was ready. I babysitted so much as an uncle that it was water off a duck's back. I'd be like, oh, this is going on? Okay. Oh, it's rainy today. Oh, that dang. Like, oh, no.
See, it's those details that get to me.
Goodness.
Oh, man. This one is kind of solid. Oh, okay. Oh, I never seen that color before. That's what I'll be like. Oh, I said, oh, that's a new color. I like that color before.
Lord.
And that thing about corn is true. That corn never goes away.
I was
Buddy.
like, corn doesn't get digested all the way. Oh,
that never changes.
Oh my goodness. Is
That's
that
why
a
when they
carrot?
corn, when they would chew on those little corn cobs when they're little, I always say, I told the boys, tell the corn, see you tomorrow.
Oh, I'll be like, or you have the one where you take off the onesie and it's all up the backside. It's like, oh man, you gotta take a bath now. I can't just change the diaper. Now we're taking a tubby.
Yeah, I forgot about that when they were just blowing up their whole back.
All the way to their neck. You like, how? I'm like, you're not comfortable?
You have a lot to look forward to, Nick.
Hey, hold on now. Hold on. Big Bird says nothing worse than going into the kids' room at night and stepping in something wet.
Oh yeah, facts.
Yep.
Yes. Or them climbing out. I've caught all my kids like you a little escape artist, like climbing out of the crib my granddaughter inherited it, and so we had her when she was like 2, and she was coming in our room late at night, and like 3, 4 in the morning. So we trying to get sleep. So I opened the door to her room, but we had an old gate from when our kids were little. We put the gate up just so we could hear her if she crying or anything. But what she did, 2 years old, she took the pillows off the bed and climbed and stacked them and climbed over the gate as a staircase. She made them look like a staircase. And 2 years old with her plushie doll came over and was like, "How'd you get out?" And I went to look. I said, "You know what? I'm not even mad at you. I'm not. You got creative.
Yeah,
and
to be that creative is pretty cool.
At 2 years old, you already thought of a way to get out." Like, God. Oh, she was determined. She was determined to come be in the bed with Grandpa
awesome.
and Mimi. I was like, man.
We got Old Dad 34 says it's -9 in Vermilion.
Oh,
it feels like -19.
That's South Dakota or North Dakota?
South.
Or mine. Okay. South. Okay.
Is there anybody listening in Lawrence, Kansas today? And how cold is it there?
Lawrence. It's probably not much different. Midwest. I bet
it's a lot colder there this morning.
I don't know. I was.
Well,
go ahead.
I was going to say it's a lot colder there this morning because they took an absolute beat down last night. In
oh my goodness,
36 points.
90. Oh, so it's just like a metaphorical thing. It's
it's freezing.
Yeah.
You can't get enough layers today.
The third largest loss in the history of Kansas basketball.
What was the score? I didn't get it.
57.
Ooh.
Yeah, they lost to BYU. Yeah, it's not good. I mean, this is also. I mean, Kansas started number 1 in the country. That's where they started in the preseason poll. Started number 1 in the country. They're probably going to be a 6.
Yeah, they always top 10 or whatever.
They're probably going to be a 6 or a 7 seed in the NCAA tournament.
And they had just lost as well this past weekend.
Did they have somebody like keep people out or something?
Oh no, they were full fledged.
They were full squad.
Full squad, Chief. Full squad. You guys, here's one thing that was kind of refreshing.
We got a problem.
Yeah, here's what refreshing to kind of hear. Hunter Dickinson, one of their stars, he said this. Obviously, we're going to catch a lot of flack, whether it's fans or national media, and rightfully so, because we just lost by damn near 40.
Right.
He said, he finished with 12 points and 14 rebounds. He goes, no one is going to feel bad for us now that the NIL is a thing and players are getting paid and everything like that. Nobody's going to feel bad for you. They're going to expect you to perform like a paid player.
Like a pro.
One of the best quotes I've seen in the NIL period from an athlete.
That was an athlete. Awesome. Oh, I love it.
That was from Hunter Dickinson, AG. He just said, hey, you know what? They expect. I was glad to hear him just say, oh, hey, you know what? We suck tonight.
And yeah, I had a conversation with my agent years ago, and it was similar to that. He's like, Ahman, it was like between my first year or when I got between first year in Seattle to third year in Green Bay. And he basically said, Ahman, you make our job easier. You just play good. But if you play bad, you ain't gonna get no offers, this, that, and the other. It's real simple. I said, oh yeah, thank you. I appreciate it.
So get this, guys. Get this. And Nebraska's doing something similar. I mean, a lot of teams do it where if they have back-to-back road games in a similar part of the country, they'll stay out there for a couple extra days.
Smart.
So Kansas did that because they played Utah on Saturday and then obviously BYU last night. Well, so they stuck around in Hawaii and they've been there since the previous Thursday. Bill Self was like, hey, you know what? We got to get some things figured out. We need some team bonding. Get this. This is what Bill Self said post-game. Quote, I'm talked out. We need to get away from each other. I'm going to tell you that point blank. I thought this would be a great opportunity to do some team bonding, but it hasn't been even close. That's your head.
Hey, he's being real. He's being real. I love the honesty. I love it.
Your head coach.
Hey, each other.
He tried something out. It didn't work.
We are tired of being in the same room as these guys.
They tried something out. Whatever I wonder what it was. You know, was it going golfing or something? You know, or just hanging out in the. You can't just hang out in a hotel room with a whole bunch of college kids. No, you gotta get them out. Even in Hawaii, you gotta go surfing. I would have took them surfing or playing video games.
In Utah?
Oh, they were. I thought you said Hawaii. I thought they were in Hawaii.
Utah. No, it was Utah. Utah.
You know what? I would have took them on the bunny hills of skiing and stuff, like the little stuff. So they
you can't do that, then you're risking injury.
I ain't gonna take them skiing.
No. I said on the didn't you hear me? The bunny hills. So the kiddie hills.
Hunter Dickinson, though, he's big guy. Those bunny hills, they get a little scary. I remember when I did it.
I respect the way that Bill Self was just honest about it. It's like, you know what?
No, yeah, that part I agree with.
We need to get away from
We gotta get away from each other.
We don't get enough of it. And we don't get enough honesty out there.
I thought this would be a good team bonding. It hasn't been even close.
No.
I would have did a tournament then. I would have done like a 2K tournament or a Madden tournament, or or find the silliest game I can find and say, hey, we're about to play this game.
On another note, I mean, a little more serious of a note with Kansas, they've utilized the portal quite a bit, and maybe we're seeing it where it's not panned out. We know about the big addition in Hunter Dickinson a couple of years ago, who was formerly at Michigan. But then don't forget, they went out last year and got AJ Storr, who had a stellar season at Wisconsin, and lured him away from Wisconsin with the NIL money. And now AJ Storr has had a pretty significant drop off in comparison to what maybe people were expecting him to do at Wisconsin for a second year. So AJ Storr is a guy also that has been at 4 different schools throughout his 3 different schools over his 3 years of college. He started at St. John's, then transferred to Wisconsin, and now to Kansas. And those 3 schools, you didn't have a single coaching change, so you can't chalk it up to that either. So, man, it's a bizarre situation.
Yeah, what players are starting to learn that they may not handle the adjustment smoothly. One guy that did, Jalen Hurts, right? When he was at Alabama, either whatever, benched or whatever, transferred to Oklahoma, and then he got drafted. But they got the players in colleges doing the NIL transfer portal, or not NIL, but the transfer portal thing. You got to realize this is your mind is going to could get fractured because you're getting reset. When you go to a new place, I mention this, I say this a lot. When you go to another school where you were the guy or the lady, then now you got to start at the bottom of the totem pole, and you got to work your way up. And so making sure you understand that going into it, like Gabriel, he was at Oklahoma, and then he went to Oregon, and now he's about to go to the NFL. So,
well,
again,
UCF even before Oklahoma.
Oh yeah, I forgot about UCF. Yeah, UCF. I knew it was one more. I just couldn't remember where it was. So UCF. So 3 schools, and now to the league. So he's ready, to understand this process of what he's about to go through, because he went through it for the last 5 years. So that's where players, I think, are starting to realize, like, oh man, either have somebody. Hopefully, they have somebody in their corner, a family member. Maybe the school itself say, hey, yeah, you're leaving us, but now you're going to reset. You just met a new coach, you met teammates this year. Now you're going to do that all over again. Just to let you know, have a great, you already made your decision. You're out. So just letting you know what you're going to get into when you decide to move on to another school in a year's time.
It's a different world for sure, you guys. It is a very different world. Sports that we're looking at, particularly the collegiate level. So gives us plenty to talk about, that's for sure. Folks, when we come back, Husker women and men play today. The men at 5:30. The women tip off at 7. We'll discuss both of those games, the ins and outs, and what's got to take place. It's actually the men's last travel game of the year that's coming up. I think their last road game of the year.
Not true. They got Ohio State coming up in a couple of days.
Yeah. They'll finish their road trip from being on the road.
Yes.
That's what I'm saying.
Yes.
They just had recently at
because they'll come back home and play Monday against
absolutely.
Michigan.
They're finished this long road trip they've been on. We'll come back. We'll discuss it, folks. And also on the text line, my man said unknown texter 1645 said there's a heat wave south of Hebron. It's 0.
Believer says it's 19 degrees in Dallas and it feels like 1 billion below.
Oh, I bet.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. They just don't know. People down here in Texas losing their mind.
How far away are you from Dallas, AG?
Like 3 hours.
Oh, okay.
3.5. And the people, like I said, like where the temperature at now, they would think is the end of the world. They're talking like it's got Armageddon.
Yeah.
It's like, like on every night when it drops below 40, there's always the telecast saying, all the grocery store shelves are empty. I'm like, what are they talking about? Why are they freaking out? It's just cold weather.
Yep. Yeah. Alabama.
But one thing. Oh, sorry. Yeah, sorry, Raff.
I was just saying in Alabama right now, I guarantee you all the milk and all the bread are gone off the shelves.
Right. So another real quick thing is I did talk to my neighbor who is an electrician. He said the problem is, though, the electric lines are not as sturdy in Texas. And that's why there is a little panic, because obviously electric lines and then water pipes too, they're not built to withstand the cold freezing weather consistently over a long time. So
I found out the answer to water.
What's that?
The limestone. They can't dig the water lines as deep in Texas.
Right.
So that's why they freeze. Because I couldn't understand in Alabama, for instance, they have limestone there too. I was like,
Why are you so worried when it gets to only be like 25, 30 degrees? But it's because
that's why. Yeah.
So AG, like what's the outlook down there for weather? Like what is it? Is it next week? Like you guys are back up to usual 70s?
It usually does that. Let me see here. I'm gonna look on the 7
like,
day.
yes, I was having the conversation with Austin yesterday. I mean, obviously,
Yeah,
about weather. Like next week on Tuesday here in Lincoln, it's about to be 70 degrees warmer. Like if it's negative 10 today, it's going to be like 60 degrees on Tuesday.
Yeah. So I'm looking at right. We're looking at the 7 day forecast right here, or it looks like 10 day. It has today 47 is the high, but then next Tuesday,
look at that,
72.
Jeez.
Wow. Monday 68. Wednesday 76.
Awesome.
Next week. So yeah, you're right. You
just gotta grind through this part.
Yeah,
exactly. Just make it through. Let's make it through, people.
Needs to warm up here so Nebraska can play some baseball.
Yeah,
outside. Right.
They'll be fine. It's the first week of March. They'll be fine. It's home opener.
They already know. Be
right back, and I'm sure it's still going to be cold when we come back. It's the Drive 93.7 The Ticket.
In every office, there's two types of people. There are those who bring in bagels and those who eat the bagels that someone else brought in. Everybody likes the first person. Be that first person. Weekday mornings at 7:30, you have a chance to win a business box of bagels from Bagels & Joe. All you have to do is shut up, Sipple. 2 questions for you, 2 for Sip. Win, and the bagels are yours. Lose, well, you don't want to lose.
You lost Monday. You lost Wednesday. You're a loser.
Shut up, Sipple. Weekday mornings at 7:30, brought to you by Bagels & Joe.
Midwest Bank is proud to be your local community bank right here in Lincoln. This is Abby with Midwest Bank. Stop by our new location at 70th and Pioneers. Our new full-service branch does it all. From our friendly staff to our easy online banking and mobile app, you get all the technology of a big bank that you need, but you still get the hometown customer service that you want. Your community, your bank. Midwest Bank. Learn more at midwest.bank. Member FDIC.
Hey everyone, Lance here with Black Label. We specialize in creating custom crafted decks, pergolas, patio covers, and more. Plus, our retractable screens, gazebos, and patio enclosures create the ultimate outdoor retreat. With over 50 years of combined experience, we're not just builders, we're creators of unforgettable memories.
Call them today at 402-730-6333 or visit blacklabelbuilt.com for a free consultation.
Let's turn your backyard dreams into reality.
Black Label Built, built to serve, built to last. Attention all wing fans! Buffalo Wings and Rings has daily specials that will make you want to stop in on all days of the week. Kids eat free on Mondays, and on Tuesdays, enjoy 89-cent boneless or traditional wings at a price that makes the whole family happy. And come back on Wednesdays for $1.29 chicken tenders all day long. Get to Wings and Rings today at 68th and O or in Williamsburg Village.
At Planet Fitness, we're declaring it. This is the year of getting stronger. And future stronger you can get started now by saving $28 or more when you join today. You in? We have all the best in-class equipment you could ever need to keep stepping it up. And free fitness training to help you mix up your routine. Plus, most clubs are open 24 hours. So let's do this. Join Planet Fitness today and save $28 or more. Just $1 down, $15 a month, cancel anytime. Deal ends February 28th. See Home Club for details.
Hey volleybalfans, this is Laura Dijkema, national player of the Netherlands and now the setter on Omaha's newest professional team, Love Omaha Volleyball. League volleyball is bringing the heat this year. Don't miss your chance to see Olympians, national players and national champions right here in Omaha from now through April. We can't wait to see you cheering for us in the stands. Visit lovboma.com to buy single match tickets to see me and Love Omaha Volleyball in action. Go Big Green!
What's the radon level at your home? Don't know? Find out with a call to Bryant Air Conditioning and Heating. Make sure your home is safe with a radon check from Bryant. If you've already tested, ask Bryant for a free estimate for mitigation. Once completed, you'll get a report showing how much safer your home is. When it comes to radon, call Bryant 467-1111 for testing and mitigation. Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing. We do whatever it takes.
Husker fans, excited for some softball action at Bowling Stadium this year, but can't commit to a full season ticket? They've got you covered. Introducing the On Deck Deal. Snag tickets to 5 Husker home games for as little as $30. This partial season lets you choose any 5 games, including one from the Maryland series. Whether you prefer general admission or reserve seating, packages start at just $30. Get your on-deck deal today at huskers.com/tickets.
When you need a new water heater, nothing beats the ProLine family of water heaters from A.O. Smith. ProLine models are built using commercial-grade components, meaning they're built to help you tackle your toughest days. No matter if you need a gas or electric model, A.O. Smith has a ProLine unit for you. A.O. Smith, innovation has a name. Call Wellman Plumbing at 402-434-2400 for a great deal on a water heater today. Again, that's 402-434-2400.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Brought to you by Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing.
Your Lincoln forecast for today: light snow possible this morning. Otherwise, partly sunny and cold. We'll see a high of 5 above. Tonight, mainly clear, very cold with a low of -18. And tomorrow, mostly sunny and cold. An afternoon high around 8 above. I'm meteorologist Kyle Kleckner for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Right now, when you drive by Honda of Lincoln, you'll see more than 200 new Hondas and over 125 pre-owned vehicles. Hi, Charlie Stone here, and with me on the line is Andy Goodyear of Honda of Lincoln. Andy, how does it feel to have so many vehicles in stock again for your customers?
Charlie, it feels amazing to see how excited our customers are. They love the ability to see, test drive, and take immediate delivery of the exact new Honda they're looking for.
Do you have some good offers to talk about?
We sure do, Charlie. We're offering financing as low as 0.9% APR up to 72 months, or great lease rates on every new Honda. It's the perfect time to drive away in the new Honda you've been dreaming of.
How about pre-owned, Andy?
We have over 125 pre-owned and certified pre-owned vehicles to choose from. Just about every make and model with prices starting at under $10,000.
Maybe it's time you experience the best, the Honda of Lincoln way of doing business. 27th and Yankee Hill Road, or online at hondaoflincoln.com.
Advanced Medical Imaging is the largest radiology group in Nebraska, located in Lincoln at 7601 Pioneers Boulevard. At Advanced Medical Imaging, they utilize state-of-the-art technology and blend it together with their compassionate, skilled team to guide you through every step. Whether it's an MRI, CT scan, or X-ray, their precise diagnostics help your doctor deliver the best care plan for you. Choose clarity and comfort in your life by choosing Advanced Medical Imaging, located at 7601 Pioneers Boulevard and online at amimaging.com.
Early break.
Line of the night
On the group chat.
If that was the draw, says Jake, I'd throw a pizza at the window.
What is that?
What does that mean?
And what I text back right away? What does it? It means
Well,
exactly what it
back
said.
laughing emoji.
Yes.
I have no clue what that means. What Coach Bush
With Steve Sipple, Jake Sorensen, and Bill Bush from 6 to 9 every weekday morning on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Raising little ones is a big job, and you do your best to give them a good start every day. That means making sure they're well cared for while you're apart. You work hard, but it's not always easy to make ends meet. There may be help. Find out if you qualify for Nebraska's Child Care Tax Credit for working parents. You could be eligible for a credit of up to $2,000 per child on your next tax return. Learn more at nebraskachildcaretaxcredit.org. Brought to you by First 5 Nebraska and Nebraska Children and Families Foundation, and aired by the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
Now back to The Drive with AD, Raff, and Ahman Gray on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, everybody, we're back again. This is The Drive, 93.7 The Ticket. It's Wednesday. It's cold outside. Smile.
I've missed Raff's awkward intros to the show.
All right.
Alrighty.
Maybe that's my what is like Keith Jackson.
It's just
Nelly. And I have all righty.
The most basic intro. It's Wednesday and it's cold. And then he just sorry, well, AD.
The Raff's roadies like directness, and that's what I bring. Directness. I don't candy coat it. I just say it's cold.
What are the chances that directness is a word in the dictionary?
I'll
That's
give
the
it
Raff's roadie.
80% chance. That it
80.
is.
That's about 80% higher than I would have given it. AG.
You know
Directness.
Oh,
directness, the quality of being plain and
Boom.
straightforward. He was
Boom.
renowned for the clarity and
Renowned?
directness of his
Renowned.
renowned.
That's all right. We knew what you meant, big fella.
Renowned for the clarity and directness of his sermons. Ooh, I give sermons.
You don't have the urban dictionary. You got
That's probably what he's
Raff's
on.
lexicon.
Are you on the Urban Dictionary?
I drive a Lexus.
Well, you don't drive a whole lot, you fly. So
Yeah.
This segment is brought to you by Jack Russell of Farm Bureau Financial Services. Jack has been a well-respected representative since 1999. You can help protect your home, vehicle, family, and even your future. Give Jack a call today at 402-421-9100 and learn how Jack Russell of Farm Bureau Financial Services can help you. Gentlemen, I have not heard anything about Britt Prince yet, you guys.
Day to day.
So we won't know really until tip-off tonight.
What was her injury? I missed it.
She injured her ankle in the later stages of the Illinois matchup.
Yeah, she came down with a 3-point shot. She was fouled, but she landed. Her right ankle was on the defenders.
They're not supposed to be there. That should have been foul. Was it a foul?
Yeah, it was foul. Yep, it was.
Okay.
It was a foul.
Okay. I'm going to say you can't have your feet under the shooter.
Yeah, she couldn't even shoot her free throws after that. So yeah, she's day to day. Going to see what's up with that. But this is Nebraska's, man. They're back home. They got the Oregon Ducks, and Oregon is a team to be reckoned with. Oregon is 9-6 in the Big Ten. They are 18-8 overall. So basically, record-wise, we're 17-9. So basically, record-wise, they're split even. But Nebraska has got to get off this skid here and get things done. You guys, Oregon is a team too, to where it was 7:00, and it's also the recognizing tonight. Looking this up. For battles against breast cancer, so that'll be a promotion tonight. Wear pink.
It's the play for K uniforms.
So that'll be huge tonight. The pregame starts at 6:30. Of course, you can listen to it on the radio as well. Gentlemen, Markowski had a career night the other night. She dropped in, I think, 28 points the last game they played, which just a tear. I think she scored six or eight straight against Illinois last week and this past weekend. We're going to need her to step up. But you know what? It's with Britt Pence out, it's going to be interesting to see what happens, gentlemen.
Yeah, if she is out, I think if she is out, I think I wouldn't be surprised if we see him just try to tape it up and see what she can do also. But ultimately, like you said it, Nebraska, they had a really, really impressive win against Maryland 2 games ago. And they did what we just kind of talked about with Kansas men's basketball, stayed on the road and just went straight into the Illinois matchup. And started out really strong.
Yeah.
They had the lead after the first quarter. They were right in it at halftime, and then ultimately just couldn't hit enough shots. Nebraska's biggest bugaboo, and sometimes it's a bugaboo, sometimes it's a feather in their cap, is when they shoot the 3 ball well, they are as good as anybody in the Big Ten Conference. If they're not making over 5 or 8 threes a game, then that's where they run into some trouble. So whether because that opens up things for Alexis Markowski down low or just overall confidence, and the 3-point shot is so crucial for the success of Nebraska women's basketball. On the other hand, guys, somebody that's really stepped up in the absence of all these players, whether it's been Britt Prince, who's been dealing with a couple of ankle issues this year, or whether it's been Natalie Potts and Allison Widener or Callan Hake's struggles. How about the Florida Gators transfer, Alberta Rimdahl? She's had a really big impact.
She has
these last couple of games when Nebraska's needed her the most. She's been really, really good. A really big spark for Amy Williams.
You know what else? When Patra Bozen spells Markowski, I think she's been well. Bozen, and she played on their national team, didn't she? Over in
Bozan played in I want to say Croatia, I believe.
Croatia, Yugoslavia, one of those places she played overseas. But she has come in and spelled Markowski very well, AG and Raff, and she is one to where I'm gonna tell you what. No, don't take this for. I'm not saying
I'm gonna put all my stock.
I'm gonna say this. She's got some nifty moves down in the paint. Kind of reminds me of Kevin McHale. Just kind of her moves.
Yeah. So Petra,
I saw Kevin McHale last week
at the golf course. Yeah.
Oh, you were at the golf course. So yes, Petra Bozan. Petra Bozan is who we're referring to, and yes, she played for the Croatian national team.
She's got some moves in the tool belt, man. I like what she does down there in the paint. But to your point, though, Alberta, she's been exciting, and that's a person you could probably see starting tonight if Prince does not start tonight. So that could be she could spell her. But Nebraska, this team, Oregon's going to come in here ready to play. Deja Kelly, number 25, she's averaging 10 points a game. She is a floor general, takes care of business. Actually, they got then also Nina Falata. She averages 7.8, almost 8.
What was that name again?
That's
Falata.
good. Yeah.
Falata.
Yeah.
And I could be
beautiful.
I could be mispronouncing it because it could be Faltia.
Yeah.
But I think it's Falata. But
I think so.
I like the way you said it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was just lucky guess. What I got. Lucky guess. Then Filipina Keys, she's a 6'8" center, averaging 7 points a game. 6'8".
Raff couldn't stop her.
She would take me to she'd take all of us to school.
Yeah.
She'd take all of us to school.
Did you hear?
Work us in the paint.
Shannon Sharp was talking about playing Caitlin Clark game of basketball. Like, I haven't ran it since 2009.
Yeah, I'd be good for half court for about 5 minutes. But
yeah.
So Felipe Key, she's 6'8". She's averaging 7 points a game as well. And you know what? With that being said, Markowski cannot get in foul trouble tonight. You know what I'm saying? When someone 6'8" poses a lot of issues because just for stature alone, what may not be a foul with someone at 6'4", 6'5", could be a foul with somebody at 6'8", because she's gonna have to play smart because we're gonna need her with a team that's going 18-8, and Oregon can hurt you from so many different angles too, gentlemen.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. I think Nebraska is in a unique spot here. They're still working towards that lock of an NCAA tournament berth. They're in a really good spot right now, and the win on the road against Maryland really helped that too. Oregon's in a similar spot as Nebraska, evenly matched. It's going to be a quad one opportunity when you're talking about net wins and those types of metrics. So it's a quad one opportunity there, and it's a fringe top 25 team, similar to the Nebraska Cornhuskers. So all of this momentum, I mean, you know this, AG guys, you know this, is all this momentum. If you can continue trending in the right direction as you go into the most important part of the season, where it's Big Ten tournament, NCAA tournament, if you are riding the most momentum that you have all season long, and Nebraska also on the other shoulder has all the adversity that they fought through with the injuries and the losses and the losing streaks, you're going to be a dangerous team. That's a lot of players won't want to play when it comes in March.
No, they take the will out of them at that point.
Yeah.
Well, go ahead, AG.
I was gonna say that's what the tournament advisors or pickers, choosers, look for. They will look for teams that are feisty, that are hot at the right moments, and they might not have a big name. They may not have big names on their roster, but they look at overall team play and say, hey, you know what, this team is hot right now. Looking at their end of the conference wins and losses, they'll say, hey, in some of these wins, they unfortunately, there were big losses, but then also there was games that they kept it tight and competed all the way to the end of a game, and that's how that Illinois game went. So I say the board members, whoever does the picking when that comes down to it, that's what you'll be able to see for the Nebraska women's and the men's as well.
This team tonight with the fanfare, cancer night, you don't got many more games left,
and it's going to be interesting too to see how that plays out with the weather. Like,
that's true.
Hopefully, they can have some energy in there tonight and bring out some crowd. Hopefully, with such an amazing cause that they'll
have to still come out and kind of just
support,
deal with the weather.
Yeah,
that's true. And you know what? Nebraska fans are pretty. I would say pretty
strong.
They're pretty strong, pretty durable.
Yeah.
And Raff, like you mentioned, being such a big night tonight, like cancer awareness, will the uniforms be pink tonight? Different uniform tonight?
I would imagine that I would imagine that they would play in their Black History Month uniforms. It'll either be those Black History Month uniforms or a special awareness one. Yeah, maybe they might have like a pink ribbon in their hair or something like that. Whatever the case may be, a lot of times they'll do the honoring of somebody that they know who's been afflicted with cancer, whatever it might be. So they'll do some special tributes throughout the game. It'll be really, really cool. But sometimes when they do this game at time, I mean, they have to adjust it because they only have 2 more home games left. This one and Washington coming up. So they might have had to adjust it because they wouldn't want this on senior night. A lot of times, like when they've played Iowa in March, in the early parts of March at home, this has been their cancer game. So they've had to adjust some things that they're with the overlap with the Black History Month uniforms, and they want to honor that. It's still up in the air of what they're going to do.
Well, I'll tell you what, that game tips off tonight at 7 p.m. Definitely want to check that one out. 5:30, the men in Happy Valley State College, Penn State, a team that is the bottom of the Big Ten. But Coach Hoiberg said yesterday,
been there before.
We better be careful because this Penn State team, I think he said the last 4 or 5 games, give or take, have lost with 6 or less points. They've lost by 6 or less. And you guys, I'm gonna tell you right now, and there's enough history to back this up. I said the same thing the past 2 games. I'm concerned about this game.
Yep, should be.
You know,
Really?
Yes,
Yeah.
because think about this. The last 2 teams we've played road-wise, not obviously not counting Maryland. Maryland was home, but we went out to Washington. It took us a whole half to wake up.
Yep.
We came back by a huge point margin. We get beat against Maryland, very tough contested game at home. But then we go to Northwestern.
Yeah.
And look like that, and they didn't look like that. Never even played together before in the first half. Second half, they turned around. My concern with Nebraska, I love the wins, don't get me wrong. They play with their food too much, man. They play with their food too much. I'm concerned about this game. That's just me.
Is Berkey at any talk?
He is out.
Still out.
Still out. AG, what's your thoughts?
No, I would say I don't think they play with their food. They're just playing against competitive teams, right? Every team knows in college basketball, this is the run that you got to make. This is playoff push, basically, to get into the tourney, to get into the conference tournament. So, Northwestern game was very back and forth game. Northwestern played strong, but at the end, we were able to get ahead of them, playing good defense and making good shots that when we needed to. And so I think Nebraska, like I said, I already said, both men's and women's are down that stretch of games right now that the pollsters were going to look at them and say, hey, these teams are playing at a high level, they're playing competitive, and they're going to be feisty to the bitter end. So they can definitely push a team that's a top seeder ahead of them in the NCAA bracket coming up here in March. So I think right now everybody's feisty right now because they don't want to go home. They want to keep playing on into April.
I think for me, when I look at Nebraska, and specifically the games that we kind of talked about extensively, the Washington and Northwestern games, because of the way that Nebraska won those games, I think a lot of it has to do with Washington came out coming into the game was one of the worst 3-point shooting teams, and they did something uncharacteristic.
They were hot.
And you remember that first half. It's not like Nebraska played poorly in that first half. It was essentially that they did something, Washington, uncharacteristically, and it worked out in their favor. But then you started to see the balance and the equaling of the scales, to where Washington then became who we know they are, and we saw Nebraska be what we know they can be, game. Right? And so I felt like going out of that game, you could look at it two ways. And I think you could look at it as, wow, Nebraska avoided a massive mistake or a missed opportunity, a bombshell. You could either look at it that way, or you could look at it in a different way of saying, you know what? Nebraska was the better team, and the game over the entire 40 minutes proved that to be. Now, Northwestern was a little bit different, to where the effort in the first half was not there. You know, Bryce Williams looked a little sluggish at times. He wasn't really hunting for a shot some of the time. Nebraska was getting demolished on the offensive glass. You can attribute that to some of Berkey Buick being out. But then in the second half, guess what?
I agree with that.
The better team rose to the occasion. And so it's coming out of that Northwestern game. I'm sitting there saying, now we have some definitive and multiple examples of body of work to where Nebraska has actually elevated and done exactly what they're supposed to do. And while it might not be pretty, a win is a win, guys. We know all too well that a lot of times just having a win is magnificent and it's massive.
Even when you're not playing your best.
100%. And so that's what a lot of times in March, some of the best teams, when they're not playing their best, they still find ways to get it done. And Nebraska's been able to do that a couple of times.
Exactly. Tonight, I want them to put their stamp on the game early.
Exactly.
Because sometimes when you're playing road games, you can live off that formula of playing better in the second
100%.
half. But you don't want that crowd, and you don't want them to get into it where you can't overcome something. So I'm hoping that tonight they'll start earlier.
And you know what, guys? That gymnasium they're going to play in, it's like a high school gymnasium. You know, I'm not a high school. I'm taking that.
Weird things happen at the Bryce Jordan
Center.
But
that Bryce Jordan Center, it's a beautiful facility. But I'm saying a high school type crowd. But you know what? They know that this team is basically the season for what it is.
Yeah.
They're not making the Big Ten tournament. Most likely,
unless a miracle happens.
It might be a miracle. So they're going to come there stoked and ready to play.
Right.
And Raff, like you said, all you guys were saying, they got to bring their own energy tonight.
Well, this is a prove it. I mean, continue to prove it. If you're Nebraska, prove it that you're a team that can go on. Because as you just mentioned about Penn State's fans and the people that are there viewing Penn State for what they are, think about the way they're viewing Nebraska. They're trying to play spoiler, and Nebraska is, instead of an AG, you get this, an AD, you get this. Like, instead of being the hunter, Nebraska in these last couple of games against some of the bottom of the barrel teams in the Big Ten Conference, they are now being hunted. And so this is now continuously an opportunity for Nebraska to prove themselves time and time again while being depleted on the floor figure out ways to get wins. And that starts at the top with Bryce and Juwan.
And this is also one of those games for Braxton Mia where you figure out, was the last game a fluke or is this something
the real deal?
Yeah.
And think about the way we're viewing some of the on this team now, guys. Like, think about the way, and we just got multiple texts about the same guy. Think about the way that the narratives has changed around Braxton Mia.
Big time.
Yeah.
I mean, it was 5 games ago. You felt like, well, there's a chance that if everybody stays healthy, and part of this is because Berkey's been inactive, but it was Braxton Mia might not see the floor very much the rest of the season because you can't trust him in some of the crucial minutes. Well, then he comes out, he hits a couple of free throws a couple of games ago. He was 3 for 3 from the line, which a lot of people from a casual fan standpoint might go, well, that's nothing. No, it is when he was shooting less than 30% from the charity stripe. Well, then he goes out, has a nice day against Maryland in some crucial minutes while Andrew Morgan dealt with foul trouble. And then in the later stages against Northwestern, that's who you trusted to have on the floor more than Andrew Morgan.
It was. And the thing that I appreciate about Mia in this game, he inserted himself and he showed a lot of aggression in this game. The Mia that you thought you'd see the entire season, but you know he's capable. That's the good thing.
Yeah, which maybe makes it more frustrating when it doesn't happen because
that's why I think tonight's so huge for him.
Yeah,
to have another, to patch a couple games together.
What do we think happens tonight, gents?
Hey, G, what's your score? We'll go through scores. What's your
We
score?
got
Nebraska, Penn State. The line is even right now.
5:30 p.m. BTN Network.
Yep.
Nebraska and Penn State in the vault, right?
In at Penn State at Happy Valley, Nebraska at Penn State. The line is even right now. Penn State 13-13 on the year, one of the bottom teams in the Big Ten Conference. They're on a losing streak. They lost to Washington at home by 2. They lost big to I believe it was Maryland earlier. They lost big. Okay, here we go. These are their last 4 games.
Yeah.
They lost by 2 against Washington at home on Saturday. Last Tuesday, they lost 92-67 to USC, excuse me. Then they lost the week before 78-54 to UCLA. And then the week before that, all the way back on February 4th, a double-digit loss at home to Minnesota.
You said the spread is even?
It's even. No favorite right now.
No waiver. I'll take our boys, our men by 3. It's going to be a tight game because, like I said, everybody is on urgency right now. Even teams like Penn State, like they want to wrap up. Yeah, you're not going to the tournament. You may not get even an opportunity to play in the Big Ten, tournament either. So you know what? Let's play hard. Let's play rough and try to get a win out here. And so they're going to be competitive in terms of Penn State coming from their side. So it's going to be a tough game, but they'll get the win. We'll get the win. I'll say that.
Raffy.
Nebraska 73, Penn State 68. Okay. Braxton, Mama Mia, Bangarang.
10 points.
10 points.
Double for Braxton.
Double. First one of his career.
Wow. AD.
I think Nebraska 65, Penn State 58.
I see Nebraska having a road for and there's an avenue for Nebraska to have a double-digit win tonight. I think this is the one. It'll be, I believe it's a quad 2 opportunity potentially. Nebraska will get it. I think once again, just win. Just win. A win's a win.
Just win.
I don't care about the style points of it. I think Nebraska, I hope that Connor Seagen can start to find his groove again because that's going to be a key part towards the end of the year is having the 3-point shot. But I see this is a game where once again we need to see Bryce Williams and Juwan Gary show that they're the dogs of this team.
Right.
But I think it's a double-digit win.
Aaron's correct. We do not want to see Fred with a bandage on his other hand. No. Take care of business.
What if he comes out with 2 bandages?
Edward Scissors hand?
Right. Fred's out here with 2 bandages on his hand after he punched the whiteboard.
I'm with you, Aaron. Folks, we come back. We got some history at the top of the hour. The other side of the hour, we got a lot. We'll discuss some more Husker football. Coaching staff complete. Dive deeper into the numbers and what they bring to the table. It's The Drive, 937 A Ticket.
Husker fans, excited for some softball action at Bowling Stadium this year, but can't commit to a full season ticket? They've got you covered. Introducing the On Deck Deal. Snag tickets to 5 Husker home games for as little as $30. This partial season lets you choose any 5 games, including one from the Maryland series. Whether you prefer general admission or reserve seating, packages start at just $30. Get your On Deck Deal today at huskers.com/tickets.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Brought to you by Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing.
Your Lincoln forecast for today, light snow possible this morning. Otherwise, partly sunny and cold. We'll see a high of 5 above. Tonight, mainly clear, very cold with a low of -18. And tomorrow, mostly sunny and cold. An afternoon high around 8 above. I'm meteorologist Kyle Klecker for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
What's going on, fans? This is Lexi Rodriguez, 4-time All-American at Nebraska and now proud member of Omaha's newest professional team, Love Omaha Volleyball. League One Volleyball is bringing the heat this year. Don't miss your chance to see Olympians, national players, and national champions right here in Omaha from now through April. We can't wait to see you cheering us on in the stands. Visit lovboma.com to buy single match tickets to see me and Love Omaha Volleyball in action this season. Go Big Green!
Well, it's the middle of winter, the holidays are over, and the weather is unpredictable. Isn't there anything to look forward to? You bet there is! Cash Blast from your Nebraska Lottery is back! Until April 1st, buy a 2x2 ticket and enter the voucher number online for a chance to win one of 7 weekly drawings for $5,000 or $500. And if your voucher is from a 7-day draw ticket, your prize is doubled. Hey, there's nothing like a little green to cure the winter blues. 2x2 top prize odds 1 in 105,000.
The electrical workers of Local Union 265 are now hiring licensed journeyman electricians from $32.50 to $42.50 per hour with paid benefits. And if you're looking for a new career, they're hiring apprentices at $19.50 per hour with paid benefits. Call the office at 402-423-4497 to apply. Start your electrical career today.
At Planet Fitness, we're declaring it. This is the year of getting stronger. And future stronger you can get started now by saving $28 or more when you join today. You in? We have all the best in-class equipment you could ever need to keep stepping it up. And free fitness training to help you mix up your routine. Plus, most clubs are open 24 hours. So let's do this. Join Planet Fitness today and save $28 or more. Just $1 down, $15 a month, cancel anytime. Deal ends February 28th. See Home Club for details.
Empower a child today with the Teammates Mentoring Program. Hope is only a conversation away when you choose to share your talent, time, and heart with a child. Together, you can build a relationship based on strengths and chart a brighter future, 1 week at a time. Find out how you can be a mentor by visiting LincolnTeammates.org. Become what you needed as a kid by joining the Teammates Mentoring Program today.
Attention all wing fans! Buffalo Wings and Rings has daily specials that will make you want to stop in on all days of the week. Kids eat free on Mondays, and on Tuesdays, enjoy 89-cent boneless or traditional wings at a price that makes the whole family happy. And come back on Wednesdays for $1.29 chicken tenders all day long. Get to Wings and Rings today at 68th and O or in Williamsburg Village.
When you need a new water heater, nothing beats the ProLine family of water heaters from A.O. Smith. ProLine models are built using commercial-grade components, meaning they're built to help you tackle your toughest days. No matter if you need a gas or electric model, A.O. Smith has a ProLine unit for you. A.O. Smith, innovation has a name. Call Wellman Plumbing at 402-434-2400 for a great deal on a water heater today. Again, that's 402-434-2400.
Early break. Line of the night on the group chat. If that was the draw, says Jake, I'd throw a pizza at the window.
What is that?
What does that mean?
And what I text back right away? What does it? It means
Well,
exactly what it said.
Laughing emoji.
Yes.
I have no clue what that means. What Coach Bush
With Steve Sipple, Jake Sorensen, and Bill Bush from 6 to 9 every weekday morning on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
93.7 The Ticket is proud to provide listeners with daily opportunities to win contests and prizes on our airwaves, and would like to take this opportunity to remind you of a couple rules. All participants must be 21 or older and must wait 30 days after winning a prize before participating in another contest. Once you win, you have 30 days to pick up your prize at the K&TK Studios, 1040 O Street in Lincoln, or your prize will be forfeited. Thank you for participating in our contest, and thank you for listening to 93.7 The Ticket.
Big box stores are tempting for buying equipment for your high schooler in sports or for yourself in your sports leisures. But buying new is awfully expensive. Why not go somewhere with new and used options? Play It Again Sports has quality, slightly to gently used equipment, and 50% of their inventory is actually new equipment. And it's more than baseball, softball, and golf. They also have equipment for disc golf, fitness, hockey, and more. Plus, they're always buying products. Bring your gear you're done with and get trade money on the spot. Play It Again Sports at 48th and Vine.
In every office, there's two types of people. There are those who bring in bagels and those who eat the bagels that someone else brought in. Everybody likes the first person. Be that first person. Weekday mornings at 7:30, you have a chance to win a business box of bagels from Bagels & Joe. All you have to do is shut up, Sipple. 2 questions for you, 2 for Sip. Win, and the bagels are yours. Lose, well, you don't want to lose.
You lost Monday. You lost Wednesday. You're a loser.
Shut up, Sipple. Weekday mornings at 7:30, brought to you by Bagels & Joe.
Advanced Medical Imaging is the largest radiology group in Nebraska, located in Lincoln at 7601 Pioneers Boulevard. At Advanced Medical Imaging, they utilize state-of-the-art technology and blend it together with their compassionate, skilled team to guide you through every step. Whether it's an MRI, CT scan, or X-ray, their precise diagnostics help your doctor deliver the best care plan for you. Choose clarity and comfort in your life by choosing Advanced Medical Imaging, located at 7601 Pioneers Boulevard and online at amimaging.com.
Now back to The Drive with AD, Raff, and Ahman Gray on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, everybody, we're back again. This is The Drive, 93.7 The Ticket. It's Wednesday. It's cold outside.
Yes, it is, man. Yes, it is. It is some history time, gentlemen. Some history time. Raff, what do you got for history, brother, man?
On this day in 2019, Manny Machado signs the largest contract in sports history. Was it 10 years, $300 million?
With the Padres.
6 years later, Juan Soto, $765 million.
The market,
That was just six years
Six
ago.
years ago.
Money.
And we thought, well, it is a lot of money, first of all, $300 million. And you get a guy 6 years later, doubles that and then some.
Yeah.
Good gosh. And the way that he did his, I mean, that mummy's that back end of it. It's just like ridiculous, man. It's changed. It's changed.
And I got a birthday today. Happy birthday to NFL Commissioner Roger Goodell, 66 years old today. AG will be shaking his hand come draft day on April 20th.
Potentially. I don't know. We'll see.
Hey, you shake his hand. Let me hold something. Don't tell me you ain't got it. I know how much money you got.
Yeah.
Let me hold
Sure. Yeah, let me change a rule this year.
Yeah, right.
To get all former players paid retroactively.
Retroactive. Awesome. Man. Hey, T, what you got? I'll go last. What you got, my man?
I got a factual history thing about esports here. So Abe, or it's two B's, so it's AB, maybe AB Borg, born February 11th. So his birthday was this month. 1943, is known as the esports oldest gamer. He goes by the gamer tag Die Hard Birdie. Or Abby Drakborg is a Swedish gamer who is considered the world's oldest esports champion. I think probably playing CS:GO or something like that. So, my man, he is 82 years old. 82, still gaming, bro. Yep, Counter-Strike Go is his game of choice. And he's been to several DreamHacks across the world and DreamHack started in the Netherlands, I believe in Sweden. So he's right on home turf there when he's going to a DreamHack as well. So there you go. My man, Abe Borg, Die Hard Birdie, 82 years old. So gaming is you're never too old to game. Never too old. Yeah.
82 years old. Diddy McClain Anybody remember the name Denny McLean?
No.
Raff,
Sounds familiar. Pitcher,
baseball
yeah.
pitcher. Yes.
Mhm.
1970 AL Cy Young Award winner. He was suspended for bookmaking
Mm.
in 1970. If they only knew what was coming around the bend, as far as that goes. Also, in 2017 NBA All-Star game, when it actually was kind of still an All-Star game, it was at the King Center, New Orleans. Anthony Davis was the MVP that year in the All-Star game. It was 192 to 182. That was the beginning of the end of All-Star games as we know it, 192.
Yes.
I remember seeing that game, stopped watching basically at halftime. I'm like, dude, this is worse than pickup ball. But you look at where Anthony Davis is now. It goes from there to the Lakers, from Lakers. Now he's down in Dallas, man.
Yep.
So it shows you how things change over the years for sure. Folks, when we come back, breaking down the Nebraska football coaching staff, it is complete now. Pros, the cons, what do each one of them bring to the table? What's unique about them, and what does it help us with? Was just official. Was official yesterday, basically, when Braden was announced a couple days ago, because he was officially done with the Chiefs. As far as what he brings to the table along with the others. We'll be back, folks, on this very, very cold Wednesday morning. It's The Drive.
Advanced Medical Imaging is the largest radiology group in Nebraska, located in Lincoln at 7601 Pioneers Boulevard. At Advanced Medical Imaging, they utilize state-of-the-art technology and blend it together with their compassionate, skilled team to guide you through every step. Whether it's an MRI, CT scan, or X-ray, their precise diagnostics help your doctor deliver the best care plan for you. Choose clarity and comfort in your life by choosing Advanced Medical Imaging, located at 7601 Pioneers Boulevard and online at amimaging.com.
Attention all wing fans! Buffalo Wings and Rings has daily specials that will make you want to stop in on all days of the week. Kids eat free on Mondays, and on Tuesdays, enjoy 89-cent boneless or traditional wings at a price that makes the whole family happy. And come back on Wednesdays for $1.29 chicken tenders all day long. Get to Wings and Rings today at 68th and O or in Williamsburg Village.
Hey volleybalfans, this is Laura Dijkema, national player of the Netherlands and now the setter on Omaha's newest professional team, Love Omaha Volleyball. League volleyball is bringing the heat this year. Don't miss your chance to see Olympians, national players and national champions right here in Omaha from now through April. We can't wait to see you cheering for us in the stands. Visit lovboma.com to buy single match tickets to see me and Love Omaha Volleyball in action. Go Big Green!
Ever wonder what it's like to work for a company that actually cares? At Lincoln Industries, they're revolutionizing local manufacturing while taking care of their most valuable asset, their people. When you join their team, you'll enjoy comprehensive health coverage, wellness initiatives that work around your life, and benefits that show they're serious about your future. Plus, you'll be a part of a proud manufacturing tradition right here in the community. Don't just take their word for it. Visit LincolnIndustries.com to see all their current opportunities and find out why their people love calling Lincoln Industries home.
Start your Sundays off right with Jeff and Nicole Essink on Fitness Fanatics. Jeff and Nicole discuss health and wellness, how to achieve fitness goals, and more through the life of gym owners and gym goers. It's Fitness Fanatics from 9 to 11 a.m. on Sundays on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
What's the radon level at your home? Don't know? Find out with a call to Bryant Air Conditioning and Heating. Make sure your home is safe with a radon check from Bryant. If you've already tested, ask Bryant for a free estimate for mitigation. Once completed, you'll get a report showing how much safer your home is. When it comes to radon, call Bryant 467-1111 for testing and mitigation. Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing. We do whatever it takes.
Raising little ones is a big job, and you do your best to give them a good start every day. That means making sure they're well cared for while you're apart. You work hard, but it's not always easy to make ends meet. There may be help. Find out if you qualify for Nebraska's Child Care Tax Credit for working parents. You could be eligible for a credit of up to $2,000 per child on your next tax return. Learn more at nebraskachildcaretaxcredit.org. Brought to you by First 5 Nebraska and Nebraska Children and Families Foundation and aired by the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
93.7 The Ticket. Fox KFXL weather. Sponsored by John Henry's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning.
Your Lincoln forecast for today, light snow possible this morning. Otherwise, partly sunny and cold. You see a high of 5 above. Tonight, mainly clear, very cold with a low of -18. And tomorrow, mostly sunny and cold, and the afternoon high around 8 above. I'm meteorologist Kyle Kleckner for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Husker fans, Nebraska needs you in the vault for the last two women's basketball games on Wednesday, February 19th and Sunday, February 23rd. Their last two opponents, Oregon and Washington, have never played in Pinnacle Bank Arena before. Give these two new Big Ten members a warm Nebraska welcome and show them why Nebraska fans are the best in the nation. For a limited time, you can secure your spot at both games for just $10. This deal won't last long. Get your tickets before tip-off on Wednesday to cash in on this incredible offer. Go to huskers.com/tickets to secure your seats today.
Davis Plumbing has been in business for over 15 years and is currently searching for journeyman plumbers to join their team. Experience is preferred, but not required for all applicants. When you join the team at Davis Plumbing, you'll receive full benefits package with paid time off. Join a small local business doing big things in Lincoln and surrounding areas. Apply today by calling 402-525-6922 or find them on social media. Davis Plumbing, locally owned and operated for over 15 years.
Well, it's the middle of winter, the holidays are over, and the weather is unpredictable. Isn't there anything to look forward to? You bet there is. Cash Blast from your Nebraska Lottery is back. Until April 1st, buy a 2x2 ticket and enter the voucher number online for a chance to win one of 7 weekly drawings for $5,000 or $500. And if your voucher is from a 7-day draw ticket, your prize is doubled. Hey, there's nothing like a little green to cure the winter blues. 2x2 top prize odds, 1 in 105,000.
In every office, there's two types of people. There are those who bring in bagels and those who eat the bagels that someone else brought in. Everybody likes the first person. Be that first person. Weekday mornings at 7:30, you have a chance to win a business box of bagels from Bagels & Joe. All you have to do is shut up, Sipple. 2 questions for you, 2 for Sip. Win, and the bagels are yours. Lose, well, you don't want to lose.
You lost Monday. You lost Wednesday. You're a loser.
Shut up, Sipple. Weekday mornings at 7:30, brought to you by Bagels & Joe. This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com. On the internet. KNTK FM Firth. 93.7 The Ticket. 93.7 The Ticket. Sports news go now.
I'm Enrique Alvarez-Clary. Nebraska men's basketball wraps up their East Coast road trip with a meeting with Penn State today inside the Bryce Jordan Center in State College. The Huskers are 17-8 overall, 7-8 in the Big Ten, and are fresh off a massive comeback victory at Northwestern. Bryce Williams is on a 6-game run of scoring 20 points or more, which is the second longest in program history, trailing only Ty Lue by just 1 game when he accomplished that feat back in the 97-98 season. Penn State, 13-13 overall and 3-12 in the Big Ten, is coming off a close 75-73 loss to Washington and is in need of a win to improve their chances of qualifying for the Big Ten tournament in March. That game tips off at 5:30 p.m. and can be seen on the Big Ten Network. The Husker women's basketball team begins their final homestand of the season as they welcome in the Oregon Ducks tonight inside Pinnacle Bank Arena. Nebraska comes in at 17-9 overall, 8-7 in the Big Ten, and in the midst of a stretch that has seen them lose 4 of their last 6 contests, including a loss last Sunday at Illinois, 77-68. Alexis Markowski matched her career high in points in that game and enters this game just a mere 11 points shy of joining the Huskers' top 10 all-time scorers list. Star freshman point guard Britt Prince is listed as day-to-day with an ankle injury she suffered late in the game versus Illinois. Oregon comes in at 18-8 overall, 9-6 in the Big Ten, and fresh off a 76-70 win at Minnesota. That game tips off at 7 p.m. on the Big Ten Network. And for all the latest sports news and updates, keep it tuned right here to 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Welcome to The Drive with A.D. Raff and Ahman Green. Former Husker football national champion, speaker, and author, Aaron Davis.
Nebraska will win the national championship. The Cornhuskers beat Miami. It is history, 13-0. and bring that trophy back to Lincoln.
Former Arena Football League quarterback, former head coach of the Capital City Crush, and guru of Husker football history, Chris Raff.
25 straight wins for the Cornhuskers. One of the most dominating stretches in college football history.
We may have seen one of the best teams in the history of college football tonight.
12-year NFL veteran.
He's got some speed to go with strength.
Huskers and Green Bay Packers Hall of Famer.
Shovel pass to Green into Vikings territory. Finally brought down.
And University of Nebraska eSports coach, Ahman Green.
Look at Green all by himself. 20, 10, touchdown.
Sponsored by Doors Plus on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, everybody, we're back again. This is The Drive on 93.7 The Ticket. We're proudly sponsored by Doors Plus. If your garage door needs maintenance or you need an entirely new garage door, give Cameron Hall and his team a call today at 402-590-5800. Doors Plus is locally owned and handles everything from residential or commercial garage doors, garage door openers, safety tune-ups, or custom design. Visit DoorsPlusLLC.com to learn more. Doors Plus, garage doors, and
more.
More. A lot more.
More. I want some more.
I want some more. Reminds me, remember the Titans, man, that chant they had. Well, in Nebraska football coach, the coaching staff is complete, finally. Nick, you brought up a point yesterday, bro, when you mentioned this offseason while you were in the air, Rafferty and AG, you were traveling as well. Nick brought up a point, and I think it's worthy to bring back up again. I want to get you guys' opinion on this as well. You mentioned, was there much drama?
Well, I made the comment of, while there were so many moves, I mean, there were a lot of changes. And this next, even if you want to go back to the third to last game of the year, I believe it was against USC. Even if you want to go back to that junction or time, there's been a lot of changes with Nebraska football, whether that's Dana Holgerson, if you want to add that in there, whether that is obviously Tony White and a couple of other coaches leaving, some of the transfer portal additions, some of the transfer outs, like Mekhi Bayers, so on and so forth. There's been a lot of changes, and this next year's team is going to look quite a bit different at some key positions like wide receiver, like on the defensive line, than what they have in the recent months. But despite all the changes, it hasn't felt like it's been full of drama like Nebraska football, the program, has experienced in recent years, which is a good thing, I think.
It's definitely a good thing. Raff, what do you think about that, you guys? Just me and Nick kind of expressed ours yesterday. What was your kind of feelings on the offseason?
I think, once again, Nebraska, they're very successful in the off seasons, the national championships that they post every year in the off season. But the thing that I've really noticed about college football, over the last is I don't think that you're going to have staffs that stay together for long periods of time. I think it's so liquid. I think with with NIL and all that, with players, going to different schools, I think you're going to see a bunch of different coaches, have coaches that go to different schools, almost like NIL for them, okay, I'm going to go to this school, or you're going to have coaches that are going to want to go to the NFL that don't want the strain of, the NIL all the time and having to deal with that. So I just think those times where you're going to see assistant coaches staying at schools for, I think now if you have an assistant coach stay at your school for like 5 years, I think that's probably pretty good, because, always looking to move on, always looking to go somewhere else, or just not wanting the strain of being around, 365, 24/7, days a year being a coach.
AG, what's your thoughts, man?
I kind of agree with Raff. There's going to be change, not just with the coaches, but as well as we've seen with the players. And that's going to, I say that has made Nebraska kind of a rough place to recruit, because, during the lineage of this school has been where you recruited most of the kids out of the state of Nebraska. And now in the last 15 years, it had to change, right? It changed because all these new coaching styles coming in, and guys that like to recruit certain areas that Nebraska coaches that we know did not recruit, or did recruit, but only did a few players out of a California or Florida or a Texas, stuff like that. And so that's where Nebraska is basically catching up to where other schools are at. And that is probably from support or, we know with NIL is kind of behind. We're kind of behind the 8 ball. They're catching up to everybody. The bigger schools like Ohio State and Alabama that can put out money to get players there. Texas, any Texas school for that matter. I'll say even the high school level, because I'm down here and I'm watching things transpire and I'm like, wow. So I think, knowing that Eckler is at least a homeboy, right? He's from Nebraska, bringing in people that understand, you learn the lay of the land of a college program. And then you learn the schools that are the potential pipeline schools, or were the pipeline schools that that basically flowed from Fremont, from Omaha, from Columbus, Chadron area, everywhere, Scotts Bluffs, everywhere. You understand that you got to know these high schools. You got to learn the lay of the land. I know Coach Rule has done that, talking to Coach Osborne, as much as possible, but you then still got to then act on what you just learned from an older coach that understands what he needed to do to have the best roster, on Nebraska football teams. And, so he recruited the state, but he recruited, I say, decisively and detailed wise from other places. Like they always hit New Jersey, right? Florida, parts of Florida, but just wasn't all in. But they got enough players out of there to say, hey, we got the players that we need. Wasn't a ton. We'll have 2 or 3 guys. I remember getting Leslie Dennis. He was here before I have, came in, but he was a backup guy. And when he did get in there, he played, he showed up. He had the buy-in of Coach Osborne. So that's then what the process has to be for Coach Rowe and the staff, right? You got this staff together of coaches, but now you got to make sure you get the coaches to understand the lay of the land and what it means to be a Nebraska football coach, and then get the players to then understand what it takes to be a Nebraska football player and what that standard is for them right now. And so they got to redefine that. That's on them. So that now they can't say to the player that, you got to be the player of the past, like an Ahman Green or a Tyler Frazier. No, we got to set our expectations for us now and fill our own shoes, because if you try to look back on us, that's a high mountain to climb. So you just got to set your own goals and aspirations and expectations to then where you're going. I think so. That's where one thing for coaches, regardless of the staff coming in, new or old, that's what they got to do. I say they got to determine for themselves.
As always, 402-464-5685. Corey says this on the text line. I think I'm still waiting for the spring game to make a decision on the outcome of the offseason, which unfortunately we won't get to gauge until fall. Also, Nick totally jinxed the drama of no drama in the offseason. Hope it continues to develop positively. The spring game was, in my opinion, a huge way to get some recruits in early, build up some of the hype above other teams. I would say with Corey, just to kind of hopefully give you some comfort or to alleviate some of the disappointment of no spring game. You're right that the spring game weekend was always a big recruiting weekend. It's always an opportunity. Now, I would remind you that the way the staff started to trend, we could kind of see the writing on the wall eventually. And what I mean by that is, don't forget that it would have been Dylan Raiola's going into his senior year. So his the year that he committed to Nebraska. People remember the junior day visit is massive. Nebraska in mid-March, mid to late March, usually puts together one weekend where every single recruit that they're trying to go after, they will try to get on campus at the same time. We're talking 50 plus players on campus in late March. You'll remember it, the 1 year with Dylan Raiola, they had Ryan Wingo visit as well. This was the weekend that you had the 5-star quarterback and 5-star wide receiver on campus at the same time. The Husker recruits went to a Husker baseball game, and so they were out there on the berm that night. So, you'll remember, not saying that the spring game's not a big deal, but from a recruiting standpoint, I will urge this to not worry about that as much, because we saw that once Matt Rule got here, not saying that Scott Frost and previous staffs didn't do a junior day and didn't have a lot of guys come in on one weekend, but the weekends of where Brendan Riley Hiles commits at the spring game, those just might go away, but that doesn't mean that the junior day visits in mid to late March won't go away, or will go away as well. Those will now just be, if anything, bigger than ever. So that will be the excitement that you build on going forward for the future of Nebraska football's program. You won't get a spring game, but also, as we kind of talked about, this is the way that a lot of the top teams are trending too. It's just unfortunate from an economic standpoint, in my opinion.
You know, the spring game was also a good time, AG. You know, this was a good time for the former players to come back, reunions and the festivities took place during that. So, you know, obviously you hate to see that. But again, I see what I read last week where former Oklahoma coach Stoops said he sees why they're not doing it, because no longer players getting poached. They're just flat out getting propositioned. Hey, you know, we'd like to bring you in. So you're showcasing your talent. And then in this new age of NIL and transfer portal, you're putting them on national television. They're showcasing their skills. Like, well, hey, you're making X amount here. We can give 10%, 20%, sometimes double that here. So I get both sides of it.
Yeah.
It does stink, but it's the way it is. But going back to the coaching staff, Raff, you mentioned the days of coaches staying longevity are gone. You look at Jim Knowles that just won a national championship at Ohio State, and he's on his way to Penn State. Obviously, money talks too.
Say 3.1 million.
That'll make
why.
Yeah, that'll make it move pretty quickly. But you look back at Nebraska staff, who they have right now on their current staff. Who do you guys would say was the most critical hire, though? Because you lost both coordinators. Yeah. You needed a special teams coach. You didn't have a D-line coach that you brought in, and a cornerbacks coach that you brought in. Who out of those guys? And obviously, all of them are crucial. Which one do you think was the biggest need that was met?
Yeah, my goodness.
Next line, let us know.
I think instantly.
All of them.
I think instantly for me, it's defensive coordinator. I think that's where it's at. I think because I would hesitate to say that you lost offensive coordinator because you made that shift in the middle of the year. The special teams, it's bad.
It's a problem. So.
It was a bad unit. I think defense. I think defense. I lean towards that because that's been the more consistent side of the ball for Nebraska the last 3 or 4 years, and it's been because you've had some notable names there. You're now going to be transitioning into an era to where guys like Nash Hutmaker, Ty Robinson, those staples of your defensive line are not going to be there anymore. Mm-hmm. And I am real interested to see, and maybe I can finagle your question a little bit differently and phrase it just a slightly different towards the way I'm answering this, into saying, which coach are you most curious about seeing how they impact?
Yeah, I think
because for me, that is far and above John Butler. Far and above John Butler.
I agree
just
with
because
that.
he's been a defensive coordinator in college. It's almost been a decade since. He had stints in the NFL. He had stints as position coaches in college since then. But this is now his defense. And there's a lot more accountability that's placed on solely the shoulders of John Butler for how they perform on Saturdays. And this is where I would tell the fans that are disappointed about the spring game, we don't find out much about coaches in the spring game.
Or players.
No, we find out a lot about them week 1 in late August or early September.
I agree with that. I think John Butler is the one that anxious to see, but the hire for me is Dana Holgorsen, because I think you're going to see him put the pieces around Dylan, and you're going to see a different kind of offense next year than what you saw last year. I think he has the summer, he has the fall to install his offense. I'm sure that there'll be pieces of the old offense, of course, but I think it'll give him more of a chance. I thought last year it was like he was kind of working around why am I forgetting our old offense coordinator's
Marcus
name?
Satterfield.
He's working around Satterfield's terminology, Satterfield's offense. So now you give him a summer to install what he does in his, and I think that'll put Dylan in much better situations.
A few of the text lines here. Old Dad 3488's a minute, but I have to agree with Nick. Nick, you're speaking truth there, man.
Old Dad 34.
Oh,
he and I go back and forth, and it's all out of respect, at least on my end. So I appreciate Old Dad 34.
I think you're spot on there. You look at a guy like you said, like a Butler. It's going to be intriguing to see, like I said, now that it's his baby.
Yeah.
With his fingerprint, he had his fingerprints on it before, but now it's your baby. You're driving this thing. You guys, let me ask you this: a guy like Eckler. A lot of energy. You see his body of work at Tennessee and previous stops. What things do you think you see change with him being on that special teams coach? Like and a phase of the game to where it was. I mean, we can't. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. It was bad. It was bad.
I mean, for Eckler or any of the coaches that just got here, so John Butler included, is basically you show me what your weight in gold is once the players go out and react to your coaching. That's how we find out. So we don't have spring game now. We just got the first game of the regular season, and so on and so forth, and see what Butler's about. We already kind of know what Dana's about, so we know we have a good pick there. So just finding out through action, because that's how it is for the players, right? We don't know how good. I mean, we know the stats from the past, but we still got to see how they're going to, if they're able to get buy-in from the players, because buy-in for me as a player or as a fan or a former player too, it's like, show me what you got, show me, that your weight and goal and what you did at other programs, that it comes to light here. And I won't see that. So for me, it's not going to happen until fall.
Yeah.
I'm glad they got somebody in place that has the acumen, that has the expertise behind it. I'm happy for that. But then next is, okay, show me what you got. Make sure you come in and whatever you're getting paid is worth that money. And because we need it. We need a coaching staff that can sustain the players, teach them something, develop the players to make them get better. And then we can have a program that's going to be competitive if we're talking about winning the Big Ten and going to the CFP, the college football playoff. So show me what you got, basically, for every player. So that's not out of, it's not out of disrespect or anything. Just show me, because that's what we're asked as players, right? Yeah. Play out. You give me your best game, time in and time out, your best years on that football field. So as coaches too, show me what you got. Go out there and coach these guys to get better. Eckler, hey, you got a program that, if you take them 1% better, you've done something good. Because last year we saw what happened with the special teams in all 4 phases of special teams. So Butler as well. If they played at a higher level, they played at a high level with White, and so hopefully they could keep them at a high level. Because sometimes defense was able to put us offensively in a game and help us win that game, basically. So that's kind of what these coaches are looking at. And I'll say for personally, when looking at it. And I would look at and taking it, as a challenge to try to make sure that I keep that expectations up to where it was last year.
I think the big thing for Eckler too is I think he's going to put some energy into the special teams. It's felt like special teams has sort of been on life support for like the last, I don't know how many years. I look back, to like the quote unquote, the glory days and stuff like that. Yeah. The Dan Youngs of the day, they weren't, the jumping up and down and stuff like that. But you had players, you think back to Lance Gray blowing people up, Mike Rucker. Yeah. You had those guys that brought the energy. I think Mike Eckler can pump some energy into the special teams to where I hope it feeds. I hope it feeds into the special teams. And I hope that's something that he brings, because it just felt like the key to special teams is first, you got to have the knowledge to play special teams, but you got to have that energy and you got to have that pride. And I'm hoping that that's something that he puts into those special teams this year.
We're up against the break here, guys. I think what we need to talk about when we come back, though, is offensive side of the ball. Yep. Because you have a lot of coaches, and if I hate to bring contracts and money into this, but we're going to do it for the sake of conversation, I think, because you have a running backs coach that just almost got double his salary yesterday, or it was announced yesterday that he's, instead of making $293,000, now will be making $450,000. And I have to admit it, that I haven't been that impressed with the running backs the last 2 seasons. I haven't. And with I guess the way that they've produced. Emmett, I love Emmett Johnson as an RB1. Do I think he's been cracked into his full potential yet? That's where the coaching comes into play.
Let's discuss it. Offensive side of the ball, when we come back, coaches that we'll discuss when we come back here in the drive, and a lot to discuss about it. It's the drive, 937 Ticket.
Well, it's the middle of winter, the holidays are over, and the weather is unpredictable. Isn't there anything to look forward to? You bet there is. Cash Blast from your Nebraska Lottery is back. Until April 1st, buy a 2x2 ticket and enter the voucher number online for a chance to win one of 7 weekly drawings for $5,000 or $500. And if your voucher is from a 7-day draw ticket, your prize is doubled. Hey, there's nothing like a little green to cure the winter blues. 2x2 top prize odds, 1 in 105,000.
93.7 The Ticket. Fox KFXL weather. Sponsored by John Henry's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning.
Your Lincoln forecast for today: light snow possible this morning. Otherwise, partly sunny and cold. You see a high of 5 above. Tonight, mainly clear, very cold with a low of -18. And tomorrow, mostly sunny and cold. An afternoon high around 8 above. I'm meteorologist Kyle Klecker for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
When you need a new water heater, nothing beats the ProLine family of water heaters from A.O. Smith. ProLine models are built using commercial-grade components, meaning they're built to help you tackle your toughest days. No matter if you need a gas or electric model, A.O. Smith has a ProLine unit for you. A.O. Smith, innovation has a name. Call Wellman Plumbing at 402-434-2400 for a great deal on a water heater today. Again, that's 402-434-2400. Are you a skilled mechanic looking for your next big opportunity? Constructors is hiring. We're looking for experienced mechanics to join our family-owned team. We offer competitive wages, great benefits, brand new service trucks, OEM-level diagnostic software, and career growth opportunities. Positions include lead and A-level mechanics for our shop and multiple field technicians. If you're driven and ready to grow with a company that's been around since 1908, apply today at constructorslincoln.com.
Big box stores are tempting for buying equipment for your high schooler in sports or for yourself in your sports leisures. But buying new is awfully expensive. Why not go somewhere with new and used options? Play It Again Sports has quality, slightly to gently used equipment, and 50% of their inventory is actually new equipment. And it's more than baseball, softball, and golf. They also have equipment for disc golf, fitness, hockey, and more. Plus, they're always buying products. Bring your gear you're done with and get trade money on the spot. Play It Again Sports at 48th and Vine.
Be sure to check out the top-selling Recomp. Recomp helps build lean muscle and strength while decreasing body fat. Recomp is ideal for men and women of all ages trying to look their best. Recomp can only be found in Nutrition Authority. For info, visit mynutritionauthority.com.
Start your Sundays off right with Jeff and Nicole Essink on Fitness Fanatics. Jeff and Nicole discuss health and wellness, how to achieve fitness goals, and more through the life of gym owners and gym goers. It's Fitness Fanatics from 9 to 11 a.m. on Sundays on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Davis Plumbing has been in business for over 15 years and is currently searching for journeyman plumbers to join their team. Experience is preferred, but not required for all applicants. When you join the team at Davis Plumbing, you'll receive full benefits package with paid time off. Join a small local business doing big things in Lincoln and surrounding areas. Apply today by calling 402-525-6922 or find them on social media. Davis Plumbing, locally owned and operated for over 15 years.
Empower a child today with the Teammates Mentoring Program. Hope is only a conversation away when you choose to share your talent, time, and heart with a child. Together, you can build a relationship based on strengths and chart a brighter future, 1 week at a time. Find out how you can be a mentor by visiting LincolnTeammates.org. Become what you needed as a kid by joining the Teammates Mentoring Program today.
Right now, when you drive by Honda of Lincoln, you'll see more than 200 new Hondas and over 125 pre-owned vehicles. Hi, Charlie Stone here, and with me on the line is Andy Goodyear of Honda of Lincoln. Andy, how does it feel to have so many vehicles in stock again for your customers?
Charlie, it feels amazing to see how excited our customers are. They love the ability to see, test drive, and take immediate delivery of the exact new Honda they're looking for.
Do you have some good offers to talk about?
We sure do, Charlie. We're offering financing as low as 0.9% APR up to 72 months or great lease rates on every new Honda. It's the perfect time to drive away in the new Honda you've been dreaming of.
How about pre-owned, Andy?
We have over 125 pre-owned and certified pre-owned vehicles to choose from. Just about every make and model with prices starting at under $10,000.
Maybe it's time you experience the best, the Honda of Lincoln way of doing business. 27th and Yankee Hill Road or online at hondaoflincoln.com.
Salt Mine City is not only Lincoln's newest brewery, but they're also now serving food. Enjoy a full menu of great items daily for lunch and dinner, like their peanut butter and jelly burger with bacon and cheddar cheese, or a Reuben sandwich served on Blackstone rye bread. Don't forget their beef or chicken nachos with guacamole, sour cream, jalapenos, and more. Wash it down with one of their 12 beers on tap, including the popular Single Axle Light American Lager. Salt Mine City, now open 11 a.m. every day but Mondays at 8th and R.
Right now, when you drive by Honda of Lincoln, you'll see more than 200 new Hondas and over 125 pre-owned vehicles. Hi, Charlie Stone here, and with me on the line is Andy Goodyear of Honda of Lincoln. Andy, how does it feel to have so many vehicles in stock again for your customers?
Charlie, it feels amazing to see how excited our customers are. They love the ability to see, test drive, and take immediate delivery of the exact new Honda they're looking for.
Do you have some good offers to talk about?
We sure do, Charlie. We're offering financing as low as 0.9% APR up to 72 months or great lease rates on every new Honda. It's the perfect time to drive away in the new Honda you've been dreaming of.
How about pre-owned, Andy?
We have over 125 pre-owned and certified pre-owned vehicles to choose from. Just about every make and model with prices starting at under $10,000.
Maybe it's time you experience the best, the Honda of Lincoln way of doing business. 27th and Yankee Hill Road, or online at hondaoflincoln.com.
At Action Plumbing, Heating, AC, and Electrical, we're ready, reliable, and recommended. Water heater acting up or your sump pump on the fritz? Call Action. Summer's around the corner. Is your AC working? Are you sure? Call Action. Electrical problems? I'm telling you, call Action. Call Action for a free same-day estimate or a trusted second opinion. You heard that right, a free same-day estimate. 402-423-6960. ActionLincoln.com.
Now back to the drive with AD, Raff, and Ahman Green on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, everybody, we're back again. This is The Drive, 93.7 The Ticket. It's Wednesday. Still cold outside.
It is, you know what? It's cold.
It's warming up.
But
warming up.
It is 0.
Hello.
Well, that's what I'm wondering is there's sun outside, so which is the first time for that in at least 3 or 4 days. Hopefully, despite the temperature being what it is, the sun melts some of this stuff.
Yes.
Yeah.
No, you're not.
No, it does.
Not a fan of that idea.
It does, especially some of your main streets because there's so much traffic on it.
That's what I'm wanting.
Yeah, absolutely.
Get the slush out of here. I hate the slush.
Well, I was on the phone with this is yesterday towards the end of the day. Ted Gilmore, my good buddy, who lives down in AZ, Nebraska, former receivers coach, and was talking some business. He goes, "Hey man," I said, "Hey bro," I said, "Man, it's cold." He goes, "Like what you mean type cold?" I said, "Ted, it's like -5 right now." He just starts laughing. I said, "What's the temp there?" He goes, "You don't even want to know, little bro." I said, "What is it?" He goes, 73.
Oh, gross. Gross.
He goes, "I might even go to the range later."
Hit a couple golf balls. Might get a little sweaty, so I probably won't hit that many golf balls.
Every time I walk out of my house, I have 6 boxes of Titleist Pro V1s sitting on my counter, and I just think, man, 3 weeks, 4 weeks, I'm 35 days away. Just trying to think, man, this, that's the motivation to get to.
Right.
I keep on laughing. Tracy's family keeps on giving me Pro V1 golf balls, and I'm like, no,
I'm never using these.
No.
Right.
I'm like,
give me Kirkland.
Top Flight, Kirkland.
Top Flight. Yeah, why don't you just go hit rocks?
Hey, Cody from Broken Bow. Wow. He goes, "Nothing's melting out here in the Sandhills. It's sunny and -15.
Oh,
but hey,
hello.
There's no wind, so it's a win. Absolutely.
That's right.
Speaking of the Sandhills, my in-laws got stuck in Dallas last night. They were going, like, remember I mentioned my sister-in-law's mom, Shane, they had her celebration of life service on Sunday down there in Williston, Florida. So my mother-in-law and father-in-law, my little nephew was with them. He was flying back with them. The rest were driving back. Anyway, they got stuck in Dallas. Flights were canceled, but they were flying into Grand Island.
Oh, hello.
And so they're not flying out until Thursday now into Grand Island.
Yeah,
so they're in Dallas. And I was talking on the phone. I said, "Pops, I'm going to call you back to get your room." Because everybody and their brother was trying to get a room. My in-laws, they used to travel a ton. They don't travel as much anymore. I said, "Let me get on the phone." So booked them a room that was close to DFW. And he said it was an absolute madhouse. Because I pulled up online. It was like none available room. I was like, so I found one, clicked it really quick, got them in. They got to a place. They're like, "Thank you so much." But it won't fly out until Thursday, tomorrow morning, back in the GI. And I told him, I said, "Man, that car," because they're going to go some bad temperatures tonight as far as that goes. It's going to be, what is it, -22 parts across the state?
Yeah.
Now it's going to be the temperature in some places, but nevertheless.
It's not worth it.
Nevertheless. Yep. Yes, DF, the sun is shining, plenty of light. Luther Vandross. Yes, the angel. We talked about offense, you guys. We talked about the offensive side of the ball. Which I think, like you guys mentioned, Nick earlier, all you guys mentioned earlier, Raff and AG as well. You're going to see, first of all, you got a receivers coach that knows your system. You played for the guy, basically. You got an OC. Your quarterback's coach, Glenn Thomas, all those guys be speaking the same language. What type of a leap would you guys like to see, though, as far as that goes, with a new OC, with a whole year, not a whole year.
Off season.
A whole off season. spring ball conditioning, etc. What type of league do you guys want to see? And what type of offense do you think we're going to see?
Yeah. I just want to see one win difference. That's all I want to see. They win one more game than they did last year. They're bowling again, and then confidence grows. Now, if they go beyond that, then they overachieved, in my book, because the expectations out there is tough because every team improves every year or they decline a little bit through graduation and recruiting and all that. So I'll say, hey, just keep it simple. Just show a 1% difference. And we know 1% difference can be a big change for any program, especially here. So I say, keep it simple. I say, you put any pressure on those guys as a coaching staff and as new players coming in and players already been here, I think it makes it even tougher. So keep it simple, in that locker room and in that area, the weight room, everything, because then it's easier to go play football and perform at a high level, knowing that, we just get one game better. That's all we need. That's how you truly got to look at it as a player and as a coach.
What do you see, Raffy?
To a point, I agree with AG, but I just sometimes is one game enough? Like looking at the history of college football, professional football. So what did we finish last year? 7-6.
That is correct. Mm-hmm. So you'd be 8-5 essentially after a bowl game.
I mean, I could see a fancy 8-5, but then I could also see an ugly 8-5. I understand that they won one more game. I get that totally, but it's how it looks. Like, are they making those strides? So if we go 8-5 next year, are we making those strides? Are we making our strides to get back? Even though we go 8-5, it could be an ugly 8-5 to where maybe we got beat down by 40 by it. So it's all perception for me. Like how I look at how I see things. Like I look at this year, we were 7-6 this year. I thought it could have been better.
It should have been better.
And I understand we got a game better than the last year or 2 games better than the llast year, but it probably should have been better last year.
I don't think, my personal opinion, they're going to have to do more than one game better. They're going to have to, my opinion, they're going to have to go because it's not because of the way college football is right now. Now, AG, to your point, is one game better? Is that growth? Yeah. But with the amount of resources that are being pumped in this program, the amount of money you're spending at NIL, fans and boosters and givers are going to expect more than a one-game difference. Yep. Is it an improvement? Yes, it is.
Yeah.
But that team last year, as fragmented as it was in a lot of different areas, I mean, we can go back. UCLA, USC, the number of games with the exception of Indiana, there's a lot of games, man. The reality, guys, they shot their own toes out. Nebraska this year coming up. You look at Nebraska's schedule in 2025. You got Cincinnati first game, Akron, Houston Christian. Well, first of all, that should be 3 right there. Cincinnati's not going to be a pushover, but Akron and Houston Christian, you should take care of business. But then you got Michigan, Michigan State, at Maryland, at Minnesota, Northwestern, Southern Cal, UCLA, Penn State, and Iowa again. 8-5 to me, that's not going to cut it, man. And
what does that look like? Let me ask this: like, what does that look like? Not cutting it. Like, are we saying like, what's the
win the game you're supposed to win?
Okay, but but that's all subjective. Like, what is the and like I'm just doing this for the sake of conversation. Honestly, this is the only reason I'm bringing these questions up. Is let's say they don't get it done. What's the repercussion going to be? Are you going to get another offensive coordinator for the 7th time in the last 8 years?
Can't do that. No.
So that's what I'm saying.
That'll be a bad decision. That'll be a bad decision.
But what you will see though, you'll see guys dropping off as far as guys that you can bring in.
I get that.
That's the part you'll see them.
Yeah, player change. Yeah, players will do that.
So that's what I'm saying. Like I just wonder. Like, I don't want to say that Nebraska football is in a lull right now because I don't think that's the case. But I just wonder. Like, we have the schedule conversation every single year, and at some point,
but the schedule's the measuring stick. Wins and losses. At the end of the day,
we don't know what teams are going to look like.
But you know what? We don't worry about our team. At the end of the day, though, Nick.
So then we can't look at the schedule.
No, you can't. You can't look at the schedule. My thing is this: your success in the football season is marked by the games you win and lose.
Yeah.
Well, yes.
And so they got better.
That's the state. That's the problem.
But
did you win it or did you lose?
We got to be careful not to intersect and intertwine subjective conversations.
Correct.
With like looking preseason at the schedule and putting a measuring stick on it.
Correct.
And then after the season going, well, you know what? I know I said this at the beginning of the year, but that was a subjective conversation. Here's the objectivity of it, where where we have this many wins, this many losses, and we're going to change.
Let me take out subjectivity and objectivity. You better do better than 7-6 next year. That's a fact.
But then it was then you have.
That's why I say 8-5 is better. That's all you want.
And once again, this is not me coming at like personal attacks. Like you have people with what Raff just said about perception of it. Well, what if at the end of the year you're 7-6, but you played 9 teams with a winning record? Well, then you know what people are. Then the perception is you had a really good season. You had a really good year because you had a tough strength of schedule. So like it's this conversation that we have every single year of what we expect to have happen, what they should have happen. It's so fluid, like Raff said, because if at the end of the year we're just going to have perception be the deciding factor, then we're having a pointless conversation 8 months before the season starts. Do you kind of see where I'm coming at?
No, I feel you.
You get that feel. Like, I hate to draw back to my Denver Broncos, but you look back to the Broncos this year. You have that feel going into next year that they should be better, but just by that vibe you feel. That's that vibe that I want from Nebraska football. Did I leave this year with that vibe thinking, okay, next year is going to be it was kind of a stalemate a little bit because we lost our defense coordinator. We got a new offensive coordinator. So we're not quite sure what that vibe is going into next year. Do we have the pieces? I think we have the pieces. Now it's a matter of how does the team gel and how does that?
Yeah.
So
AG, is this the way maybe we need to look at it with like quantity or quantitative results? And what I mean by that is individual performances. Because I think this might be the best way for us to take the fluidity out of it. Is you look at individual performances. You talk about the vibe, the way. How do we know are things trending in the right direction? Are coaches doing their job to the highest standard, right? Or is that expectation? I think you look at a guy like Dylan Raiola. This is the way to do it, and we say, okay, what constitutes a successful season? Maybe to eliminate subjectivity, we take the team view out of it. And say, all right, for a guy like Dylan Raiola, improve the touchdown to interception ratio better than what it was. You had 13 touchdown passes and 11 INTs. Finish with fewer than 10 INTs. Finish with more than 15 touchdowns. Get better at that. As a running back, let's see what that looks like. What does that look like? Fumble numbers. Lower the number of turnovers. And I think that's a good way to start, AG.
Yes, it is.
If those numbers improve individually, it only makes sense that the team numbers would improve, and the most important team
byproduct of it.
the byproduct, most important team number would be then wins.
Exactly. No, I agree with you, Nick. You incrementally improve. It's not going to be drastic. Sometimes it's going to be inch by inch. Inch by inch is a cinch. Yard by yard is hard. So you can have big games, you can have small games, but at the end of the day, I would take the small games because small gains is still something. Those big games have become, they can happen, but it's not going to happen all the time. But you're always going to gain something. So give me that. Yeah. Give me one win. Give me extra yards per carry for the running backs and 2 extra turnovers that we didn't give the ball away. Give me defense stopping the team 2 more extra times in the red zone. Give me that. And then you say qualitatively, we can add that up about it in the year. We're 8-5. We're sitting in another bowl game with a potential chance to win. So that gives me confidence to continue. You know what? We're doing something right now. And so keep that going. So for the question marks, like I mentioned already, with Butler, with Eckler, with the new coaches that are on the staff now, we don't know until we see what training camp looks like and that first game of the regular season looks like and how the players buy into all those coaches, right? But once we see that, then we'll know, okay, we got a product that's working now. Let's continue to duplicate that year in and year out with the coaching staff, regardless of what players we have, because we know for sure players are going to change between graduation and portal. We already know that. So let's adjust to that and when we get these players in, make sure we give them a clean slate, input them the program ideals and what we want from them at their positions and what we want from them as players in their locker room. They keep that the same and make it a mark for them, then it'll be easier transitioning from different players coming in and out throughout the years instead of different coaches and players coming in and out.
What'd you say, Raff?
And I just get back to like the 8-5. If they go 8-5, yes, but it's more. There's more to that. Like I can look at 8-5 and justify it and be like, okay, yeah, the vibes are good, we're good, But there's also an 8-5 we can look at in every game that was, those
perception.
Yeah.
I think lastly, before we go to break, I think what all of I think we can all align on this agreement of that maybe take the number of expected wins out of it. I think the easiest way to do this is look at individual or position group performances and what you expect from a position group, and look at numbers. It can't just be about receiving yards. It can't just be about rushing yards. Yeah. It's got to be about turnovers, and it's got to be about touchdown interception ratio or yards per carry,
and we've also
special teams. So those types of things, then the wins will take care of itself. But that tells you more about the players that you have in the locker room, and that tells you more about the coaches that you have coaching those guys.
And we've also too got to look at the new age of college football.
Yeah,
like old age, I could see that. You got to improve a game every year. That's great, but we had to text her. OJCJ this talk. Indiana won 9 games last year. It's looked at what have you done for me lately, and college football has became almost like the NFL on the fact that it's what have you done for me lately. You can't string something around along 5 years trying to build it because you're losing half of it every year because of the NIL.
Build again.
So
Corey says right here, I agree with you, brother. Corey says right here, you mean a Bo Pelini look at 94 with multiple absolute meltdowns on defense cannot happen anymore. Got to get it right this year and be competitive every game. This is year 3. No excuses with how everyone else in CFB have utilized transfers and shown up immediately. There's pressure. Yeah. There is pressure. Corey, appreciate it. Folks, we'll be right back with the RGT 80 attitude adjustment. And last words from AG. It's The Drive. 93.7 Ticket.
At Action Plumbing, Heating, AC, and Electrical, we're ready, reliable, and recommended. Water heater acting up or your sump pump on the fritz? Call Action. Summer's around the corner. Is your AC working? Are you sure? Call Action. Electrical problems? I'm telling you, call Action. Call Action for a free same-day estimate or a trusted second opinion. You heard that right, a free same-day estimate. 402-423-6960. ActionLincoln.com.
Ever wonder what it's like to work for a company that actually cares? At Lincoln Industries, they're revolutionizing local manufacturing while taking care of their most valuable asset, their people. When you join their team, you'll enjoy comprehensive health coverage, wellness initiatives that work around your life, and benefits that show they're serious about your future. Plus, you'll be a part of a proud manufacturing tradition right here in the community. Don't just take their word for it. Visit LincolnIndustries.com to see all their current opportunities and find out why their people love calling Lincoln Industries home.
Davis Plumbing has been in business for over 15 years and is currently searching for journeyman plumbers to join their team. Experience is preferred, but not required for all applicants. When you join the team at Davis Plumbing, you'll receive full benefits package with paid time off. Join a small local business doing big things in Lincoln and surrounding areas. Apply today by calling 402-525-6922 or find them on social media. Davis Plumbing, locally owned and operated for over 15 years.
Raising little ones is a big job, and you do your best to give them a good start every day. That means making sure they're well cared for while you're apart. You work hard, but it's not always easy to make ends meet. There may be help. Find out if you qualify for Nebraska's Child Care Tax Credit for working parents. You could be eligible for a credit of up to $2,000 per child on your next tax return. Learn more at nebraskachildcaretaxcredit.org. Brought to you by First 5 Nebraska and Nebraska Children and Families Foundation and aired by the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
Garage doors can break down or quit working at the worst times. At Doors Plus, they understand that a broken garage sometimes means repair and not replace. Sometimes, all you need to make your door like new again is a few bolts, realignment, or even a new balance. Trust the pros at Doors Plus to handle your garage door repair the right way so you can get on with your busy schedule. Visit them online at doorsplusllc.com or give them a call at 402-590-5800.
Now back to The Drive with AD, Raff, and Ahman Green on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, everybody, we're back again. This is The Drive, 93.7 The Ticket, Wednesday, wrapping up another show.
Yeah, we're going to talk some more coaches tomorrow, too. Defensive side more too, man.
Plenty of time.
Absolutely. Raff, what you got for the RGTZ, brother?
All right, everybody. Today's Raff's Good Take goes out to Malachi Hopkins. Malachi, probably 22, 23, maybe, like somewhere in that range. Started his own nonprofit. Everybody Gets a Chance. They had their gala last Thursday.
His goal was to raise $10,000 for underprivileged kids. They raised $18,000 at the gala last week. Met Malachi a few months back, just a really good dude. Enjoyed talking to him. Malachi, for all the cool things that you're doing in the community, you are Raff's good take.
Absolutely. Absolutely love it. Malachi is a great kid, man. Great mom.
He went to Lincoln High, boo.
Yeah, great. He did a lot of great things at Lincoln High for sure. And he wanted to play college ball. Had some injuries that prevented that, but he did not allow to stop him from being just wanted to spread light, spread hope and encouragement. Just a great, solid kid. He's been that way his entire life. So big shout out to Malachi Coleman. Great one right there. 80 Attitude Adjustment is this, a guy that I love reading his work. I love watching his videos because he's a no-nonsense, no BS guy. Is David Goggins. And he says, it's you versus you. It's you versus you. Every day I think about that. It's me versus me. My dad would always say, my mom would always say, you are your biggest enemy and your biggest hero. She goes, choose wisely. It's you versus you every day. AG, what you got, my man?
Oh, yeah. So I got a good one here. So I'm in Raff territory. So when you put love out in the world, it travels and it can reach people in ways you never expected. That was a great saying by Laverne Cox.
Love it, love it, love it.
Yep.
Rafferty?
I disagree with David Goggins a little bit. I feel like it's me versus me and Nick every day.
That's a good one.
You know what they say? There can only be one winner. Somebody's the winner, somebody's the first loser.
All right, everyone. Have yourselves a great Wednesday. Be nice to each other. We'll talk to you tomorrow.
Ever wish you had another light switch on the other side of the room on a dark night? How much better would you sleep at night if you had a ceiling fan in your room? The High Electric Service Department is here to make your electrical what-ifs a reality. Whether you're looking to replace some outdated light fixtures or brighten up your counters with under-cabinet lighting, High Electric can handle all types of residential electrical installations and services. Give Erica a call at 402-466-6606 or visit high-electric.com to get started.
Wrestling fans, it's time to elevate your game, just like Stevens & Smith Construction does for your concrete needs. As your full-service concrete contractor, we deliver solid results every time. From singles to doubles, fighting for inside position to scrambling reversals, we know how to pin down quality and slam expectations. Stevens & Smith Construction, a proud sponsor of Takedown Tuesdays on 93.7 The Ticket, where Husker wrestlers bring you all the action. Don't stall, Stevens & Smith Construction is here to help you build a concrete foundation for the win. Check us out at www.stevensandsmith.com because stalling is a penalty and winning is the only option.
Bundle up, bring your crew, and make this winter one for the books with Bachfest at Beer House. Enjoy winter brews that will tangle with your taste buds, polka dancing, games like Hammerschlagen, Stein Stamina, and much more. Bach beer will be flowing, and sausages and pretzels will be available for purchase. Doors open at 11 a.m., and the party goes outside until 6 p.m. before moving inside. VIP tickets are $75, but just $5 gets you in the door. Buy your tickets today at beerhousene.com for this Saturday's Bachfest.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com.
On the internet.
KNTK FM Firth.